Hey, what's up, universe? It is 1:01 p.m. on Tuesday, July 4th, 2023. This is going to be a random update. This is going to be a wandering type of video here. First off, I'm not feeling like... I feel pretty low, truth be told. I've been crying since like last night. And part of it, I feel anger, but it's mainly because I'm feeling sad, and I feel like I've been metabolizing a lot of stuff around Reese lately, and I'm not angry at that. I'm just I feel the anger and sadness just around everything that I'm metabolizing, you know. I think I'm angry because I just feel hurt, and the pain. I'm just frustrated by that and sad by that. So it's not around any one thing, or it's not specific, you know. So that's going on. Milo and I finished Atypical last night, and that's going to tie into a couple other things here, or at least one other thing. Again, that was a really good show. And then I realized too, after like looking up some things last night, where I'm like, oh my God, the main character, Sam, is also the main character in a movie called, it's kind of a funny story about honestly about teenage suicide ideation, you know, and that was a really good movie too, and I just was not making that connection at all, and I know for sure that Reese and I spoke about that movie, so there's that. So today, last night before I was going to bed, I was looking at, the numbers again and running some dates and everything. And there's just weird stuff, like interesting patterns. I'm like, there's totally something here. There's totally a geometry to life. 100%. Even when I was studying astrology, I came up with this when I was looking at charts, because I had charts of my friends and my family members, and I had a decent database of people that I knew. And when I would look at my family, or say even like Angela's family, there would be these patterns of like aspects, because I would flip through the charts pretty quick, right? So I wasn't like analyzing the charts specifically, like in depth individually. I just remember a time when I would like flip through the charts, like a small set of charts of people that were related to each other, within a family unit, and just flip through them and just see the patterns, and I called that familial geometry. Not every person had a connection, right? But like, we have these sayings where you're like, oh, like you're just like your uncle, or physical traits or characteristics and mannerisms that may not be within like the direct nuclear family unit, but like within the family tree, so to speak. And I just found that interesting. Anyhow, what I'm trying to get at here is that with this new approach of not even using astrology, just using number and the representations, the symbolism from that's outlined in the book, in the Beginner's Guide to Constructing the Universe, I'm like, what the hell, man? And so I'm still going into it deeper to tie it together. There's definitely patterns, 100%. And the reason I chose like when I'm doing these calculations, the April 14th, 2023 is because that's a date. That's like a Genesis point. That's a date I can go to and be like, I know for a fact that I started something then. So it's just that's kind of my beginning point. And last night I was like, what number does April 14th, 2023 add up to? Anybody want to take a guess? Yeah, the number 7. That was probably... Anyway, so I just was like, what the hell is that about? So one of the things that inspired this entry here, this journal, is I was laying on the couch and just like, I'm not feeling very inspired today, or at least when in the early hours of when I woke up like an hour ago. Definitely, my sleep schedule is totally whack in a way at the moment. Anyway, I was laying on the couch and I was like, what is the most common shape associated with emotion? You know, because it got me thinking about the, what I was reading about, like the number 4 last night, and I'm not going to remember the things that I need to say as far as like speaking intelligently about like the name of the shape and volume and things of this nature. But I wanted to know if there's been studies, or just kind of like anecdotally, is there a most common shape, geometric shape associated with the different forms of emotion? Well, I ran across an article of a woman who, and I haven't read the article all the way, I just skimmed through it because I was like, this is cool. This woman was taking data, I don't know where from, and visualizing it, and it was all around emotion. And so here's all these like plots of different emotion, and she was inspired by another woman who had started kind of the same thing, the same kind of a process, and it was an extension of this, right? So the thing that is interesting to me, again, like these kind of seemingly random but synchronistic things, is that I looked up these 2 women on LinkedIn because I was like, well, I'm going to connect with them because like they're doing visualization, they're working on something, they have experience with something that I'm very interested in right now. And the first woman, right, that started it, so to speak. So let me just give them names. Nicolette Armstrong, right, is the design director at Stamen, Stamen. And she's the one that inspired this other... Oh, sorry, no, it's not Nicolette Armstrong. It's Nicolette... Anyway, that's their first name. Hold on. And Zan is the other woman. And so anyway, Nicolette is the one that started it. And so I was looking at her LinkedIn profile, and she worked for like magazine and a couple other like publications. And the reason this struck me as like a strange synchronicity is because last night, in the last episode of Atypical, Sam's girlfriend Paige is like a go-getter, right? And she is looking, she's been in touch with like these powerful women, so to speak, these initiators, these influential women, and one of the magazines that she subscribed to was O Magazine, right? It's 111 right now. Just putting that out there. So I just thought it was funny because O Magazine had like a little bit of a theme, just a little bit in the last episode, and I was like, what's that about, right? So I found that curious. And then just another thing that's bizarre is like just random people like messaging me, like just getting these random texts like from people that I don't know, or messages like on LinkedIn or like Instagram, and I'm like, what is going on? And the other thing about that is it's not just random people, like these are like Asian women, and I'm like, what's the theme with that? Like what is that about? Like, so I got a text yesterday, random text, and I'm like, I don't think this is who you think this is. And this person's like, oh. And then she sent me a picture. Now, or they sent me a picture. I don't know if this person's actually, this person, but it was of an Asian woman. And then on Instagram, two people, or at least one, no, two. And then not only that, right, the woman that that 3-day exchange, right, with Faith, she was over in Bali, and then I don't know. There's like, and then the LinkedIn connection as well. It's just I'm like, I don't understand. I'm curious about the theme here. Maybe it means nothing. I don't know, but it's curious to me because it's never happened. Just to speak very candidly, right? About people's, like my type, so to speak, and it's just interesting. There's things I want to say, but there's also details that I don't necessarily want to get into. But I just find it. I don't know if it means anything, but it's a pattern, and I'm like, what is that about, if anything? And I'm not really engaging with these people because I'm very focused on what I'm doing, you know what I mean? So I just message them, and then more or less I just kind of stop because I'm like, I don't even feel like explaining much of anything. I'm just kind of like, look, I'm not. The LinkedIn one is curious. She's very persistent every day. Good morning. Thank you. And I don't know if I'm supposed to pursue a dialogue. I don't really feel like it, to be honest. I just don't. Again, though, because it came to me, I'm curious in a way, although I'm just not really interested in. It's a distraction, not sexually. Just I don't feel like putting my energy out. I feel very kind of introverted, in a way. So anyway, like I said, this is very random. Not a lot of tangible things in this message here. Yeah, Atypical was a really good show, and I've just been processing emotion. So yeah. All right. Apparently somebody would like to have my attention, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I don't feel very grounded. Thanks for being with me. Thanks for giving me the time and the space. Thanks for journeying with me. I love you. Talk to you later.